What did I do? I think I did it at 13. Oh, there's an echo of myself. That's weird. Oh well. That's should be. Now you can hear everything, I bet. Probably. Hold on, let's yeah, you oh, okay. You actually can. Okay. Well, it's like this is World of Rider episode whatever, because I've literally lost count. Sorry about the wind. It's a windy day and I don't want to record indoors because of, reasons. So yeah, it's that I think it's episode I had a very long hiatus. So it's episode I don't know, let's see. It is episode number, if I can check here. It's episode number 8. Wow, okay. I have a lot to catch up on. And I will do that over the coming weeks as we get into build. So yeah, new schedule, not really. I'm probably not going to follow it. But there is a new schedule kind of thing going on. So now that Ex-aid's over, build is coming up. And because build, I hate this so much. Sounds so good. I swear I should write a script and then just say that. I tried that. It didn't work. Oh, I'm a dumbass. Sorry, I recorded this once before and it was almost 3 minutes. I was gonna talk about how the second to last fight in episode. Oh, but I can't do both. Oh, damn it. That's not fair. Hey. Okay. So, Kamen Rider build. Because I was talking about the schedule before I started talking about the last time I recorded this. Yeah. I'm going to have, hopefully, one of those videos out every week for the length of build. And I'm going to say once every week, I'm going to have an Ex-aid video catching up on what I missed, which is kind of redundant now because everyone else has already done that, but I don't know. I guess I can get some of my insight in. Yeah. Ah, there she went. Okay. So yes, look forward to that. Hopefully I can keep to the schedule. Anyway, so as I was saying, I recorded this once before and screwed it up because, and spoilers, obviously, the episode prior to the last episode, so not episode 45, episode 44. The last fight in that episode always bugged me And now that Ex-aid's over, and I have so much to catch up on, I can go back and see all the things that I missed and that bugged me. So in this episode 44, the final fight between Ex-aid and the final fight, the fight between Ex-aid, Brave Snipe, and Kuroto against Masamune in Game of the Eos mode, I guess that's what you'd call it. His like final form, quote unquote. What was... Oh, right, that's what Ex-aid was. Ex-aid was talking to Poppy, who sacrificed herself. That did happen. And it sucked. Really, really badly. Because, well, I mean, she was a good character. So, he shows up to the battle late, and everyone is in level 100, 50, and X0 respectively, I think. Actually, I think Kuroto was in 0. Huh, interesting. Anyway, so they're sitting there trying to defeat Kronos. Well, game it is. And Ex-aid runs on scene with Mighty Action X. And Brave asks him why, or he questions it. Mighty Action X? Like, what are you doing? And then I believe Snipe says that he will get killed in that form. And Ex-aid says that Poppy told him that the way to separate the patient from the bugster is to use level 1. Well, that's all fine and dandy, but they missed the second thing she said to him when, in the second episode, when they go back to CR and she's talking to him about how an operation works. So I paused at that moment, and now that I'm back, I completely forgot what the last thing I said was. And I paused because there were some people, and it looked weird if I was talking to myself while I walked near them. So yeah. Anyway, the last thing I actually remember was talking about episode 2 and what Poppy told him about the levels. And what she told him, and which everyone I've seen cover episode 44 completely misses this. I don't know if it's they're not remembering it or they're so focused on what is it? On the episode that they just failed to remember. But she tells him that, and that audio is probably not usable anymore. Thanks, dog. She tells him that if you use level 1, you will successfully separate the bugster from the patient. And if you don't, if you use a higher level, she says that you will kill the patient. And oh wow, I hate you. Okay, and watching that episode with that in mind, and watching that fight, I was confused. Because how is it that she can say that, and when they're using level 100, level 50, and I think level 0, respectively, why is Masamune not dying? And when they do all successfully go into when they do go into level 1 and successfully separate Masamune from Gamelius, I literally forgot what the fuck I was talking about. That's just fucking awesome. It was confusing. Yeah. That's what the fuck was I gonna? I was building up to something, and then it just went poof. That's awesome. What the? Ah, that's mean. Is this a dead end? I'm gonna assume yes. Sorry, I'm scatterbrained today for some reason. Let's go, Zoe. I guess the dog is back from earlier episodes. Yeah. Also, the wind is back, so that's awesome. Anyway, back to whatever the fuck I was spouting. Which was, yeah, it was confusing watching it. That when they do eventually separate them both, that Masamune isn't dead. Huh. That's an interesting thought. What if? And so are the cars. I'm so sorry about this. I swear I am seriously cutting all of the bad out. Hopefully there's something worth salvaging. I don't actually know how long I've been recording for, so that's awesome. I swear the last one was like literally 2 minutes. 14 minutes. Well, that's gonna be an interesting video. A really interesting theory. So, I don't know if you're going to be able to hear us, and I'm going to spout this twice, just because, I mean, if you don't, but, what if that second rule is negated because Gamelius was already a complete bugster? So back in the beginning of the show, we were talking about people being infected with the bugster virus. And them having an incomplete bugster inside them, and them wanting to destroy the patient to become complete, or kill, rather, the patient to become complete. So what if, because Kamen Rider Chronicle was already completed, that Hiatus was the last boss and therefore a complete bugster. So when the Dr. Mighty Double X Geshet was used on Hiatus, and Kronos went in there, killed him, and injected himself with Hiatus's virus. Well, no, that doesn't work, because Kronos, Masamune, got a game over. And when... Oh no, wait, no, that does make sense, because when the two are separated and he, Masamune, goes into Kronos, he still has his sword and his shield. He can't use all the powers of, Hiatus. How he had the Arambara's magic and all that, but yeah. So how about that for a theory? That's what happened, is that he's a complete bugster as opposed to Salty and all them being incomplete bugsters that needed to kill their patient to become a complete bugster, like Poppy and Graphite did. And then we have the exception to that rule, which is Pallid, because he never actually killed anyone to be created. So yeah, there's that. Which, that's another thing. In episode... Oh, what was it? It was the episode with the Dragonite Hunter Z Geshet. It was the second episode. The part 2, I mean. Where Emma calls the other 3 doctors, well, kind of, and says, I can't do this. You were right, the Geshet's yours. Just meet me here and come get it. And then everyone shows up, and they go, oh, well, okay, this was a trap. And Emu's eyes go bright pink, then red. And then he gets that blast of air in his face and a slight smirk. I don't think we were ever clued in on what that was. Like, I don't think we were ever told what that was or who did that. And I have a theory about that as well. What if it was Pallid? Because Pallid was sitting on the sidelines watching him. And when when Ex-aid goes into level 5, All Dragon, I think that's actually what it's called, which is really, really funny. Pallid says, oh, so that's how you want to play it. So what if, them being connected and all, the eyes were Pallid going, you're going to take this from them? All they did was belittle you and you're going to take this? No. So he kind of pushes him over the edge and kickstarts the personality change. I don't know. There's a lot of things like that confuse us. Like in, what was it, episode 16? It was when I believe Nico was infected with Rival's virus, and Palad went level 50 and Emma went Mighty Brothers. Well, according to later in the show, Palad was the other half, was the right half of Mighty Brothers. And so when every time Emma went into Double X, Palad would be sort of taken from where he was and put inside the suit, which I think is utter garbage because of the fact that they had already been separated so much at that point from each other that I'd like to think that Palad M, when them two got separated, there was still some M left that wasn't Palad. It was a completely different entity. And so when Mighty Brothers got created, it took that part of M and put it into the right Mighty Brother. So anyway, back to, that's what I think, how Mighty Brothers was created. I think that him right being Palad is just stupid. Because there's never any indication that he's in control. There's no indication that he ever has free will, if you'd like. And even the first time Emma uses Mighty Brothers, it's both of them have Emma's voice. So I still don't think that one of the Mighty Brothers is Palad. But anyway, they said that yes, he is. And so that every time Emma transformed into Mighty Brothers Double X, Palad would get thrust off to, or he would get pulled from wherever he was, and he would get put, like, I guess, he would get, well, not forced, but, like, how do I explain it? He would get taken and, put in the right Mighty Brother. Well, in that episode I talked about all the way, a while ago, what was it? It was whatever episode that Rival got, that Nico got infected with Rival's strain of the virus. Whatever episode that was, because Khaled went knockout fighter. Emma went Mighty Brothers. And Pilot was still on the field. He didn't get taken away and put into the right Mighty Brother. He just stayed there in knockout fighter, in his knockout fighter form. And that begs the question of why. Because if that was the case, and using Mighty Brothers would take Pilot off the field, well, then that's all you do. You only use Mighty Brothers, because that takes care of one opponent, and then you just have to deal with Gemu, which is actually pretty hard to do. Well, he was the immortal zombie gamer at that point, so yeah. But I don't know. What are your thoughts? On the matter? I don't really know how to end these anymore. So I'm just going to say, till next episode.